week in the first of a brand new series of The Gadget Show.
Suzi and I are making movie magic, shooting our own stunt sequence with some very clever camcorders.
And we're living the film star lifestyle as we go in search of the ultimate money-no-object gadget. The world's most expensive phone, anyone?
Plus, Jon tests the hottest new gadget on the market, the MacBook Air.
And then it's the return of Jason's water-powered rocket car. Hello and welcome to a brand spanking new series of The Gadget Show. And this week we really are all about newness.
That's right, you've seen the new opening title sequence. We've got a new studio. Check out the new studio. Look, the gaming area. We've got the curvy metal area with the lighting. Touch screen. Oh, beautiful. You can touch it with any part of your body and it'll take you into the internet. We've got a whole lot of new gadgets which we're testing in new and exciting ways, and a new part of the show coming up later on.
Yeah, but right now, let's get on with this week's challenge.
Yeah, a challenge that took Suzi and I off to Hollywood as the guests of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt in their house. It turns out they're massive fans of the show. All right, I lied about that. I made that up.
Our challenge this week was all about the movies and the perks of movie stardom. Our first task, to test some very clever new camcorders that should allow you to get the sorts of shots that were once the sole preserve of top-notch Hollywood directors. To test the camcorders, we had to shoot our very own action sequence.
We were shooting a sequence in which Jason and I discover a bomb in a briefcase, then run away before the bomb goes off in a gigantic explosion that flings us through the air.
Now, the first shot is of Jason and I walking up to the briefcase, opening it to reveal the ticking bomb.
Oh, that's Hollywood right there.
And for my sexy shots, I'm going to use a ruggedized camera, the Oregon Scientific, which in my opinion is the best affordable rugged camera on the market. I'm going to whack it on a tree here. What I'm trying to achieve is that kind of surveillance camera feel, you know, the sort of 24.
This tough little water-resistant camera records around an hour of footage onto a 2 gig SD card at roughly VHS quality.
Check the angle. Yeah, is that there?
And I've got this sturdy, brand new little Panasonic camcorder that I'm going to put inside the briefcase, so when me and Jason open up the briefcase, you've got a really cool, arty shot.
It's waterproof, has a 10 times optical zoom, records to SD card, and the picture's better quality than Jason's Oregon. But it was still a bit tricky fitting it in the briefcase.
Move some of the dynamite. Move some of the dynamite. That's the last thing I ever said.
Once both cameras were recording, we acted out the scene.
It's a bomb, run!
Then checked the results.
It's just come out.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Good quality picture, look.
It's a bomb!
Oh, it's really good!
And both cameras had done their job excellently, producing just the footage we wanted.
What we want to get here are dramatic shots of the two of us running away. So I can get a nice tracking shot of Suzi running away from the explosion. I've got this helicopter.
Slung under the helicopter is a tiny, lightweight camcorder. The Flycam 1 squared records to SD card at near DVD quality.
All right, action!
Because we wanted shots of us both running at the same time, we roped in remote control expert Sam to fly the heli. Now we just needed a very special camcorder to shoot the grand finale, the explosion.
For this, the most important bit of our sequence, where Suzi and I are flying through the air after the explosion and landing on these mats, I'm going to use the Sony HDR CX6. It's a favourite of the Gadget Show because it's a really easy camera to use. It shoots great quality, high-definition footage, but best of all, it's got a super slow-mo mode. Suze, can I use you to rehearse?
Please do.
Thanks to digital processing, the smooth slow record function can record a 3-second sequence, process it, and then play it back at a quarter speed in gloriously smooth slow motion.
We practiced the jump a few times to get the timing right. Then it was time for the big one.
The explosives were primed. The cameras were rolling. The crew were in place. It was time to go.
Action!
Oh, look at that. That looks amazing.
You're like a Hollywood stuntman.
You got serious air, Susie.
I just absolutely adored that super slow-mo shot at the end, which was from this Sony CX6, and it was, well, I thought it was extraordinary. Very easy to use, very intuitive, loved it.
Oregon Scientific is my choice. I mean, we couldn't make the series of the Gadget Show without about 8 of these things. We do all kinds of horrible things to them. Virtually indestructible. They take an SD card in there that you record the footage on. They're less than 100 quid.
Right, time for a break now, but after that, we ask 2 big questions.
Just how good is the new MacBook Air laptop?
And can Jason actually build a water-powered dragster that works?
Now, I want to talk to you about laptops. Small laptops. Recently, there's been an explosion of interest in small computers, but different manufacturers have different approaches to smallness.
Apple like theirs thin. The new, rather elegant MacBook Air is one of the world's thinnest laptops at just under 2 centimetres thick. Asus have gone for cheap. The EPC is, rather refreshingly, just over £200. Sony go for light. The Vaio TZ series only weighs 1.2 kilos and looks rather cute, especially in pink.
Which approach is best? To find out, I enlisted the help of a man who's used to writing while engaged in difficult journeys, the comedian Tony Hawks. He wrote a bestseller about travelling round Ireland with a fridge.
10 years on, and it's high time the fridge was treated to another outing, this time around London, to test the portability and usability of our 3 laptops. First stop, Madame Tussauds and the MacBook Air.
Don't know how you could make anything thinner than that. It's incredible.
We plan to test the laptops by publishing pictures, video and text to the web to document our trip. With a 1.6 GHz processor and an 80 GB hard drive, the MacBook Air is the most powerful machine of the 3. Although we found it slowish to boot up, recording a video clip was easy thanks to the built-in iSight camera.
The fridge
has had a fantastic time. Very, very excited.
Fridges do not normally meet these kind of people.
Connecting and uploading to the web posed no problems, and the keyboard is full-size and delightfully tactile.
It has an authority about it. I feel like I'm a writer, even though I've written some rubbish.
The LED backlit screen is bright and clear, even outdoors, but we both had a few reservations. This has no card slot at all, and it only has one USB. So, although I've got my card reader with me, I have it here, I have to disconnect from the internet.
I see.
To connect my card reader into that. Next, we're off on foot, taking as many London landmarks as possible and testing the smallest of the 3 laptops, the Asus EPC. It's less powerful than the MacBook Air, with under 1 GHz of processing power and a 4 GB solid-state hard drive. But it does include the software to record video from its own built-in webcam.
We are in London's Trafalgar Square.
With a huge phallic symbol between.
When we got to the Houses of Parliament, our trolley broke, but it provided the ideal opportunity for another video clip.
But from here on, we'll be going by taxi. I'll report back later.
Its cheap price means it's not packaged with Windows and relies on open-source software. But it has a full Firefox web browser, a basic photo editor, Office software, a card slot, and it connected easily to the internet. We managed to upload an entry to blogger.com, and it would have dealt with our multimedia uploading effortlessly, but for YouTube's failure to cope with OGG format video files.
Screen size is that's a definite drawback, especially when you're looking at pictures and things, and there's a lot of spooling needs to be done.
The screen was hard to see in bright daylight, and the battery did drain rather quickly, but we were both prepared to overlook this.
It's not as good as the Mac Air, but, it's smaller.
For our last stop on the journey, we decided to give the fridge and our 3rd laptop a bird's-eye view of the capital. Along for the ride was the Sony Vaio TZ31, a 1.2 GHz notebook that packs a 100 GB hard disk and connectivity options galore into its 1.24 kilogram frame.
Here we are then, in the London Eye.
It was a great opportunity to get some aerial shots for our online journal.
Well, there we are, friends. There's the Houses of Parliament. That's where the MPs of this country employ their children.
The Sony runs Windows Vista and has lots of extra software on board, which means a slow start.
Why has this stopped working? Honestly.
But after a grim 3-minute and 30-second boot, we were cruising. An ample keyboard and a screen that deals well with glare meant inputting our text blog was a breeze.
Just been on the London Eye.
It also has a card slot, so we uploaded our photos to the web and posted our video clip with no problems.
My feeling is actually it's a good size. I like the keyboard. How much more expensive is it?
It's even more expensive than the MacBook.
Right. Well, it's a tough call because all three have got something to offer.
Yeah.
This one probably is the best in terms of what it does, I think.
Yeah.
But really, I'll probably go for the Asus because it's just cheap and I lose things a lot, so I could lose about 6 of them for one of these.
What about the fridge's favourite?
I think you need medical help.
I need medical help.
I'm afraid so. It's a fridge.
Medical help. He's got a relationship with the fridge.
I know, he was talking to it all day throughout the filming.
Right, John, G ratings. I get the impression that Tony liked the Asus the best.
I think he liked the Asus best because it was cheap, which is very important. But on the other hand, the more time you spend with it, the more you notice the problems. So I'm only going to give it 3 Gs because you really do get irritated by the small keyboard and the small screen.
All right, 3 Gs for the Asus. What's next?
Next will be the MacBook, which I'm also going to give 3 Gs to. Lovely and elegant though it is, you can't spend long with it without getting frustrated by the sheer lack of connections, the lack of sockets and stuff.
All right, well, that makes the Sony Vaio the winner then.
Yeah, I'm going to give 4 Gs to the Sony because although it's got a slightly small keyboard, although it takes a long time to boot up, this is a small laptop you can take anywhere and throw anything at it. Also, it had by far the best battery life on the day. So, and unlike the MacBook, if you've got a really long journey, you can also carry a spare battery.
All right, so it's the Sony Vaio. That's the Gadget Show's favourite tiny laptop. Each week on the focus group, John, Jason and I present the best new gadgets that we can find in a particular category to our focus group, and they tell us which one they like the best. Now, this week, we've dug out some gaming peripheral gadgets, and we've come to Amiga Sector in Birmingham. So our focus group is made up of dedicated gamers. So, John, you can go first.
Now, what I've got is a system that turns virtually any existing computer game into a 3D gaming experience. And the system comprises a 3D monitor and updated drivers for the most recent graphics cards. Now, you do have to put on glasses to work it, but the glasses, in effect, they're polarising and they build up the image from 2 slightly different points of view, sort of mimicking your left and right eyes.
You won't see this 3D effect now on your TV, but believe me, it works.
OK, chaps, follow me. A little bit of fun now. You'll recognise these, won't you? Yeah. Halo 3, Covenant plasma rifles. But you don't need to have the game in front of you now. You can go outside and play Super Soldiers for real. Bit of laser pursuit technology here.
Nice.
Good replicas of the guns on the game. You've got the lights, the vibration, and exactly the same sounds that you get.
You on?
Uses infrared. Put your target straight.
There.
Right, there, yeah.
It's awesome. I really like it. But you behave yourself. You know what it's missing, don't you? What? It's a good punch, you know? A good rah on this pack when you get shot. A little bit like my device. Follow me. Upstairs, everyone. Now, I need a willing volunteer. What's your name?
George.
George, put that vest on, please. OK, this is by a company called TN Games, and it's called the Third Space Games Vest. And I think it's pretty obvious what it does. You plug it into your computer, and it delivers a punch to your body, a gunshot, all right, or an RPG round. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
OK, don't worry. It doesn't hurt too much. Get in there and start playing, actually, my man. It uses drivers that it updates existing games with. You can find them on the website. Or it also comes with games that are specifically engineered to take advantage of the gaming vest. And I reckon, in terms of something that's relatively inexpensive and a bit novel, it delivers quite a punch. What do you think?
It's almost like someone's got a palm and just pushed it against your chest.
It does actually, George, I agree, it does feel sometimes a bit unnerving because it's like someone's come up behind you and poked you in the back. Did you feel that then, that explosion?
The explosions are a general impact around this area. When you use the chain gun here, it kicks back in your chest.
So you feel the recoil of the actual weapon.
Just like a real weapon, pretty much.
The whole thing is actually powered by air. So you've got a lot of little, essentially sort of bags in here that inflate very, very quickly. Having presented our kit, we left the focus group to have a bit of a play and make up their minds as to what they liked best.
The guns, the Halo 3 guns, were just a bit of a laugh, really. The gaming vest is by far my favourite one there today.
It was between like the plasma rifles, the Halo ones, and the Tomb Raider like 3D screen.
I think the gaming vest was the most fun.
weird.
OK, chaps, it's time for you to tell us which gadget you liked the best. Please put your hands in the air if you liked John's 3D gaming system the best. OK, all right, I think I know which way this is going to go. If you liked my Halo 3 rifles the best. Thank you very much. So 3 for the rifles, and I'm guessing the majority are going to be for Jason's gaming vest.
Fantastic!
Well done, well done. So
I wish I could high-five you all with your hands up like that.
This week's winner in the focus group is Jason's gaming vest.
Oh, just kidding.
That was good.
Right, time for a little respite now from this cavalcade of tech, but straight after that, we've got loads more Gadget.
I'll tell you the top 5 gadgets to look out for in 2008.
We'll show you a mobile phone that actually costs more than 5 Ferraris.
And Jason dons his leathers again to test his homemade water rocket car, Mark II.
Welcome back. We've now got an extremely exotic piece of kit to show you. Suze, would you like to demonstrate?
I'm not sure.
Just give it a bounce.
Got to sit on it.
Look at it. It's called the Hover It Lounger. It is a genuine hovering chair, OK? This chair here is sat in place by virtue of nothing more than some magnets. It looks like it's sprung. I mean, you can really give it some energy. And these poles are just there so it won't fly off.
Let me get on.
You've got 4 points that the magnets are arranged in, and it's the nature of magnets to repel each other in a certain orientation that keeps this chair in position.
It's floating.
It is floating. How does it feel?
Well, it feels really comfortable, but you expect it, don't you, to squash down?
Yeah, I mean, try and ground it. Try and ground that magnet there. You know, if you really...
What about electronics, though? Could I sit here and work with my laptop?
It's a very good point. Obviously, magnets and electronics never go together. Yeah. The answer is yes, but you've got to be a safe distance. I think it's something like 33 centimetres. So if you put your laptop on that, it'll be fine. If you start putting your laptop regularly near these magnets, you might see the screen start to go a bit wonky.
It's really cool. I want one. Right, time to move on now. And something new for this series, our top 5s. Each week, we'll bring you an invaluable list of our top 5 gadgets in a particular area. And to kick things off, this week, I'd like to present to you our top 5 gadgets to look out for in 2008.
At number 5 is what we reckon will be one of the biggest games of the year.
Rock Band is the new game brought to us by EA and Harmonix. Harmonix, of course, brought us the fantastic Guitar Hero. And this is a similar concept to Guitar Hero, but this time you can have your own band with all your mates. So you get a whole load of peripherals. First of all, you get a mic for your lead vocalist. Then, of course, for your drummer, a set of drums. And finally, the guitar. And now all I need is a band.
You choose a song to play and hit the corresponding pads on your instrument exactly when the notes on the screen cross the line.
God, I'm good.
At number 4, WiMAX.
WiMAX is basically Wi-Fi, but on a much larger scale.
So while a Wi-Fi hotspot has a range of about 100 yards and can just about cover your house, WiMAX has a range of around 30 miles and can cover a whole town.
As a consumer, you'll need one of these, a modem for your home. There's 4 antennae in here, so whichever way you turn it, it should still pick up the signal. And if you're on the move, you'll need one of these, a portable modem.
WiMAX will also be as painless as Wi-Fi. Turning your computer on will automatically connect you to the closest available WiMAX antenna.
The increased range is down to the amount of frequencies that are being used and, of course, the power of the transmitter, which makes wireless internet far more accessible. And with big tech companies like Nokia, Samsung and Intel already starting to roll out WiMAX-enabled phones and computers, this year for WiMAX looks set to be very, very big.
And at number 3, the next big leap in television tech.
This will be the first OLED TV ever to go on sale. It's a technology that could, in time, replace LCD and plasma TVs.
OLED stands for Organic Light Emitting Diodes, tiny organic molecules that emit light when electricity passes through them.
An LCD screen requires a backlight to illuminate the picture, but an OLED screen has its own light source, which means that it can be much, much thinner. This one's just 3 millimeters.
And at number 2, Microsoft Surface. It's a revolutionary computing interface that's designed to feel more intuitive, ditching the traditional keyboard and mouse in favour of natural gestures. It senses touch using cameras and projects the results of your input back onto the surface. It can recognise lots of points of contact at once, and it interacts wirelessly with other gadgets that you lay on it. And unlike a boring old-fashioned PC monitor, it's easy for everyone to gather round. So expect to see the Surface soon in public spaces like bars and hotels. So to our #1 gadget for 2008.
And here it is, the latest and possibly the best game for the console phenomenon that is Nintendo Wii. Last year, literally thousands of couch potatoes leapt into action playing the incredibly addictive Wii Sports. This year, Nintendo are taking physical gaming to a whole new level with Wii Fit.
It comes with this clever peripheral, a balance board. By monitoring the pressure on the board, it translates your movements into the game.
Now, there's loads of other physical activities you can do, snowboarding, skiing, boxing, and for you real dangerous sports fans, hula hooping. Woo!
It's released in the UK on April the 25th, and then I reckon it'll quickly become the must-have gadget of 2008.
Look out for the boot!
Oh! This is absolutely awesome. I can't believe they've done it again. I mean, you know, they dominated last year with the Wii, and they're going to do it again this year. I mean, this is just brilliant. And the notion that it'll make you a little bit fitter as well is just, you know, it's the golden ticket, isn't it? Welcome back to the final part of our Hollywood challenge. For our last task, we were asked to live the life of film stars.
We were told to imagine that we're film stars that could command multi-million-dollar fees per movie. Then we were told to go out and buy the sort of gadgets that you could afford if you were an A-lister.
What you're about to see is a collection of some of the most ridiculous, most blingy, most exclusive gadgets on the planet. You can be sure that once Clooney, Kidman, Cruise and Crowe have watched this week's show, they'll be demanding that their entourages find the stuff they saw on the Gadget show.
How about this kaleidoscope home server unit? It can be maxed out to hold 12 terabytes of media. It even brings similar genres together for suggested viewing. That's 1,800 uncompressed DVDs that can be distributed to as many as 45 rooms simultaneously.
A piece of art in its own right. Muon is a 70 grand speaker system designed by British speaker specialist Kef along with Apple's visionary designer Ross Lovegrove. They use acoustic compliance enhancement technology, which doubles the available volume through absorption of air molecules. How cool is that? There's heaps of stuff out there, but eventually Susie and I had to narrow our shopping list down to our favourite 3 gadgets each.
OK, Jace, I'm going to start the bidding at one £300 carbon fibre mouse mat.
That's a good place to start.
This mouse mat, made by the people who make Formula 1 car bodies, is designed using the same 3D modelling software used to create race cars.
Yeah, of course, because you need all those sophisticated materials and design software to make a flat square, right?
Right, I'm going to ignore your sarcastic comments and continue to tell you that it has an inlaid leather surface for the mousing area, and I think you'll agree with me if you ever go, the mousing experience is rather pleasant. But I haven't finished yet because you don't have to worry about scuffing your desk underneath. Look, beautiful black Italian suede.
Oh, right, well, you've sold me on the suede. Yeah, you know, as mouse mats go, I suppose it's OK, but it's not technically a gadget, is it, Suze?
Oh, don't really stop being picky about it.
All right, I tell you what, I've got one that actually is a gadget.
It's an iPhone.
It is an iPhone, but it's plated in 24-karat gold. Look at that little Apple logo there.
This unlocked 8GB iPhone comes with a certificate of authenticity for valuation. But if you've already bought a bog-standard iPhone, don't panic. Its makers, Gold Genie, offer a gold plating service for £99.
Ah, all right then. If you're going to play who's got the most expensive, blingiest music-playing gadget, then I am definitely going to win, because check this out.
The iBeat Organics is an 18-karat, 2GB MP3 player that's encrusted with 63 1-carat diamonds and is handmade to order by German jewellers.
Good for J-Lo. Premier League footballers might like it. But guess how much they'd have to pay for this little beauty?
Have a look at it.
Yeah, OK.
All right, a couple of grand.
Try £10,000.
10 grand is a lot of money, though, for an MP3. You could buy a cart for that.
A cart? You mean a car?
No, I meant golf carts. A mini Hummer. Golf cart, to be precise. 20 grand's worth. Get in a passenger seat, girl.
Ooh.
Look at this, baby.
How cool.
DVD, stereo, OK?
Yeah, ready.
A very, very feisty motor.
OK.
Yeah, do you want to film me ride?
Excuse me?
Let's do it.
OK.
Whoa! This is great.
With a top speed of 22 miles per hour, 12-inch alloys and custom bucket seats, this Hummer H2 replica has to be the ultimate in golfing transport.
Obviously, golf carts have never been cool, and they've certainly never been hardcore. No. And as you know, film stars generally play golf, don't they? They're smaller than the average human.
Huh?
So that's why you end up with this miniature Hummer H2.
Why do you think film stars are smaller people?
Didn't you know that?
No.
Obviously, they're smaller. It's a whole economy thing. That's why Tom Cruise is so small. I mean, this is a normal-sized car to Tom Cruise and his mates. Look, smaller stars means smaller sets, smaller explosions.
Oh, what, you're going to say that the Hollywood side is small now as well?
Hollywood's the Hollywood size is big.
Oh, stop it.
Afternoon. So there you go, Suze, the mini Hummer H2, 20 grand, and so Hollywood, I want to shoot a blockbuster on the back seat right now.
Steady on.
This challenge is mine.
No, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. I've got something else to show you.
No. Where you going?
Golf cart. I can beat that.
No,
you ready?
I don't believe you.
Ready?
Yes.
Check this out. The Virtu Ascent TI. Come on!
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. Hey, look how sexy that is.
It's beautifully designed.
The case is hewn from solid titanium. The bit where you put your ear is made from the same ceramic material that protects the space shuttle, and the screen is protected by sapphire crystal so hard it needs to be cut to size with diamonds.
But you know what the best part about this phone is?
No.
There's a button on it that instantly backs up all your data and sends it to a server at a secret underground military bunker in a location that nobody knows. It's so secret, I've got to say it twice. And that's why this gadget is the best money, no object gadget that you can buy. And it's fantastic, and I've won, haven't I?
Damn!
Yay! Look at my Virtu. It's the winner of this week's challenge.
Suze, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I don't think it is. You're not going to believe this.
What is it?
Say hello to the Goldfish Le Million. Look at that. My box is more expensive than your phone, let alone the phone itself. Look at that beauty. Oh, 18-carat gold, Suze.
Are they diamonds?
Over 2,000 of them with a carat weight of 120 carats in total. That's a lot of carats, isn't it?
That's a lot of carats.
Look, you've got your leather on the back. You've even got a little secret compartment. Push my carrot.
Excuse me?
Look inside. It's a secret compartment in which you can hide, you know, if you've got some diamonds or something, you don't want anyone to see them, so they don't steal them.
More diamonds.
You could pop them in there. Isn't it beautiful, though?
Oh, that's amazing.
It is officially the world's most expensive phone.
How much is it worth?
Interesting you should ask, because I have a certificate.
Yeah.
From the Guinness Book of World Records. They were there when they first got to buy one of these boys. A Russian businessman. There you are, €1 million. That's £675,123.
That's amazing.
Anyway, Suze, the Goldfish Le Million has to be the ultimate money, no object gadget.
Right, time for the last break in tonight's show now. But after that, I return to the test track in my all-new water-powered rocket car. And I'm joined by some of the most committed Gadget fans we've ever had. Water power is the future, and we'll prove it straight after this break.
Now, I'd like to cast your minds back to last October, which I'm sure most British people, you know, if they're honest, remember as a month of significant scientific innovation. It was, of course, the time when I created and tested my water-powered rocket dragster.
That is a car powered completely by pressurised water rockets.
Almost up 30, he's got to go! I absorbed all of it in my socks. Oh, man.
This is snorted.
Fantastic. It wasn't
fantastic.
Fantastically
It was
bad. Fantastically bad. But you know what? We didn't give up. We asked you, the Gadget Show viewers, to send in your ideas for how we could improve it. And I was bowled over by the response. Thousands of emails is what we received. Look, I'll just show you a mere handful of some of them. We had people quoting Newton's third law. We had people with PhD after their name, people that head up science departments for the government, emailing us, telling us what we should do. And essentially it boiled down to the following. We needed more water under more pressure and a much simpler assembly. So your hard work has led
to what we're calling water-powered rocket dragster version 2.0. Our new design is all about power. We've dumped the water coolers and we've gone with 2 beer kegs. These are made of stainless steel, which means they're incredibly strong and can hold up to 3.5 times the pressure of the previous version of the water-powered dragster. OK, so that's the techie bit. Can we now do the sexy shot of me in leathers looking all cool? Great. Now let's test this bad boy. Once we're pressurised, I'll release the water from the first keg to propel me off the line, and then release the other one once I'm moving for extra thrust. We're building up the pressure. 80 PSI.
Right, 110.
125.
Clear! Go, let's go. Ready?
3,
Come on, go! That's fantastic! Oh, did you see that? Did you feel? You didn't feel. I felt that. I felt that in my chest, in my loins, as that second canister just released its load. Down the track I went. I've now established a benchmark. Let's put some tape down here. My rocket car travelled an amazing 27 metres and 83 centimetres. That's around 27 metres further than my last attempt. But my new distance record didn't look like standing for very long. You see, some Gadget Show viewers took our request for help very seriously and actually built water rocket cars of their own. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 challenges. The first is built by Sam, Gabriel, George and their teacher from Kingston Grammar School. The second is built by these boffins from, wait for it, the National Physical Laboratory. And both will be piloted by me. So first to go is the one built by the Kingston boys. This gorgeous ultralight machine uses 80 plastic bottles pressurised to 80 pounds per square inch. Despite dumping all the water in one go, the narrowness of the jets meant I had a good 10 seconds of thrust. Oh, guys, was that all right? See, that's very interesting, you see. No drama, just a nice, even power all that way, all this weight, and it kept on going.
So how far did it keep on going for?
49 metres, 42 centimetres.
Yeah! Come on!
Well done!
Next up, the beautiful machine built by the brain boxes from NPL.
OK, guys, we're ready.
Having released half the water to get off the line, I then had 2 further stages to add thrust each time I slowed down. The MPL team's machine stores the pressurised air and water in separate bottles, air at the front, water at the back. This prevents leakage, which should increase thrust. Much more sedate than my machine, but remember, this was all about who went furthest.
The National Physics Laboratory may well have done it, but it's going to be very close. Get that red tape down there. 51 metres, 42 centimetres. Fantastic. The physics boys have it.
Yay,
Awesome.
It worked.
No, absolutely brilliant. But of course, it was all down to the fact that you all got involved. The Gadget Show viewers, all those emails made that machine possible.
It was a success.